Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Mercury conjunct Mars in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Mercury conjunct Mars in a natal chart, there may be very intensified communication, which is Mercury, with sexual partners, which is Mars, and also, the mind may also be on sex a lot. If you have Mars and Pisces as an example, sexual partners may be ones you idealize and what you fantasize and dream about. And if the conjunction is in Pisces, you may talk often about your own fantasies, your ideals, your dreams within Pisces related subjects, whether it could be boating, fishing, photography, chemistry, the metaphysical, which includes astrology. Say if the conjunction is in Aquarius, there may be talk connected with astronomy, astrology, computers, electronics, aviation, innovation as some examples. And again, the mind, which is Mercury, may often be not just on sex, but on what drives and motivates you as well. Both things. If Mars is in Aries, say, it might be sex that is very spontaneous, often quick, rapid, impatient. Mars in Aquarius could be sex with eclectic, unusual, or partners as another example. And also, given again that Mars is what drives and motivates you, the mind again may often be on that and be dominated by those things at times. If Mars is in Cancer, as an example, what may drive and motivate you may simply be attaining matters connected with safety and security, introverted, home, family related activities, establishing a home base or getting your own home, things of that nature. And also too, in some instances there may be something that's physical related, which is connected with Mars. Mars is connected with things physical related issues, injuries, and it could be with the conjunction to Mercury, it could be issues with the hands, the arms, nerves, lungs, and breathing, and that's connected with Mercury. If the conjunction, I'm going to back to Aquarius as an example, it may even be more nerve related, or it could be something that's very sporadic and kind of comes and goes. Capricorn can be something that might be more, maybe whether it's more of could be a serious matter, or something that just more like with the bones in the arms, as opposed to nerves as an example. This is because Capricorn is associated with the bones. And the thing about this aspect as well, as far as another way it may manifest in the natal chart, it could be that the situation with siblings, cousins, and neighbors, which is Mercury, may at times be contentious and combative, which is Mars. If the conjunction, say, is in Sagittarius, there may be a lot of issues connected with religion, philosophy, and one's beliefs. If it's say if the conjunction is in Libra, it could be over matters simply of what's fair, what's equitable. The conjunction in Scorpio, as another example, could be over issues over power, control, insurance, taxes, shared resources, as another example. Now, but at the same time, even if the situation maybe contentious to some degree with these people. You may often, fight, which is Mars, and stand up for them as well. So, because remember, conjunctions, are neutral aspects. They're inclined to have good and bad qualities in them. Now, another thing about Mercury conjunct Mars in a natal chart, as far as how it may be expressed, it could be that, short journeys, which is Mercury, may often, be to sports, venues, or, things that are connected with combat, which is Mars, which is sport, which, combat, events, often are connected with sports, such as boxing, wrestling, kickboxing, judo, things, of that nature. And the thing is, let's say if you have the conjunction in Capricorn as an example, short journeys may often be planned well and, very more premeditative. And, if you have, let's say, the conjunction in Aries, it could be where, the sports themselves, sporting events may often be, ones of, volatile nature, such as hockey or football, as some examples. And another thing about Mercury conjunct Mars and how it may manifest could be where you may have that tremendous, enthusiasm, which is Mars, and, that drive, the motivation for things connected with communication, writing, manual dexterity, which is associated with Mercury. The thing is, if, let's say, if Mercury, is in Taurus, there may be, a lot of writing and communication about monetary matters, banking, financing, buying and selling, possessions, things, think how to, assess value, in items and in possessions. It could be over, Taurus related fields, whether it could be geology or carpet laying, architecture, agriculture, gardening, cultivation, as some other examples. And also, too, if you have Mercury conjunct Mars in the natal chart, it could be where you often analyze, which is Mercury, Mars-related, subjects, whether it could be war, sports, sex, and even issues with anger. If the conjunction is in Scorpio, say, it may be going very deep into those matters, like, through a psychological perspective, trying to understand, why people, what causes anger, what are the issues that are connected with war, as well, and, things, of that nature, as an example. And also, too, this aspect in the natal chart, it can give a greater, I would say, propensity for accidents, which is Mars, when driving, which is Mercury, and there could be, a little greater propensity for road rage, having this aspect more so. Than most. If the conjunction is in Pisces, as an example, it could be where, the accidents may occur due to, could be fog, or, something, being nebulous or unclear, or, something, or, the vision is blurred for whatever reason, or maybe there's alcohol or drugs involved in some instances. Now, another thing is that, as far as how Mercury conjunct Mars may manifest in a natal chart, is that there may be an affinity, for sports and athletics, which is Mars, and because you could have that ability for dexterity and, use of the hands, which is Mercury, and sports, and incorporating that with sports and athletics, which is Mars, going to, Mars and Aries, as an example, could be doing something, with the, the volatile sports like football or hockey, as some examples. If the conjunction is in Sagittarius, it may be something associated like with darts or archery, as another example, because Sagittarius is about targets. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.